Good afternoon. This is Jeff Cooper, and I'm so excited and looking forward to sitting down with each of you in just a little bit, where we'll have an opportunity to discuss the vision that I have for talent development here at Paycom, and then also engage in dialogue surrounding the vision that you guys see for advancing the talent development department throughout our entire organization. Now, of course, when we say talent development, we're looking at professional development, personal development, and leadership development. And talent development is not a class, but it's a culture. It's not a one-time event or a 2 or 3 time event, but it's who we are. And it's designed to be woven throughout the fabric of everything that we do and that we talk about. And so when we have discussion later on today, there's 3 concepts or organizational strategies that will undergird everything that I talk about. So the purpose of this video is to introduce those 3 strategies or undergirding concepts to you prior to us having an opportunity to discuss later on today. So the first one is the idea that at Paycom, developing people is in fact our bottom line. Developing people is in fact our bottom line. The second concept is wanting to create an environment where our leaders are not necessarily just the best doers, but our leaders in fact are groomed and trained to become the best developers. And we'll expound on that just a little bit. And then the third concept is transitioning from a centralized leadership development model to a decentralized leadership development model. So we'll jump back up to the first one, the idea that developing people is in fact our bottom line. Maslow has what's called a hierarchy of needs, where he's identified 5 things that people absolutely have to feel satisfied and to feel fulfilled. The first one is your basic needs: food, clothing, shelter. The second thing is what's known as security needs. People want to feel safe. The third thing is people desire a need to belong. They desire connection. They have to be a part of something and develop authentic relationships. And part of our strategy, and one of the things we've done very well, is created that environment at Paycom. The fourth thing is people need to contribute substantially. They need to add major value to whatever they're a part of. They need to have a measurable impact. And then the fifth thing is people need to feel like they're walking in their purpose. Their life's work needs to be accomplished. They need to realize their full potential. And since in 2018, work encompasses such a major part of people's lives, people are actually looking to their employer to provide their satisfaction. And once we are able as an organization to help guide people to fulfilling satisfaction in each of these areas, especially those last 3 areas, that fulfillment is going to breed loyalty, and it also breeds excellence. And so that's how that fits into our overarching strategy. The second idea and concept is developer versus doer. There's a leadership guru by the name of Howard Hendricks, and he was quoted as saying, "The measure of you as a leader is not what you do, but what others do because of what you do." So historically, when someone was a phenomenal doer at whatever their job was, they got promoted to team lead, to supervisor, to director, to manager, etc., etc., etc. But that's because they were the best doer. In 2018, we need our leaders to be the best developers, and developers in 5 specific areas. Developers of people, developers of processes. So when I say developers of people, pouring into and helping people get the best, maximize their potential. Developing processes that extend and last well beyond 1 or 2 or 3 individuals. Developers of personality or culture. We have a phenomenal culture here at Paycom, but just because we put a culture on a memo head or on a website does not make the culture. We have to intentionally teach and train and develop our personality or culture on a daily basis. The fourth area is a developer of programs or programming, or possibly programming vision, depending on what level within the organization someone is at Paycom. And then fifth, last but not least, is must be a developer personally. And so that's what it looks like, what I call the 5 P's of leadership development. Again, our leaders must develop people, processes, programming, personality, and personally. And then the third concept that I wanted to share is the idea of decentralized leadership development. Historically, leadership development has been a very centralized process where there's typically 1, 2, or 3 individuals within the training department of an organization, and all 2,500 employees ultimately come face to face with these 3 or 4 individuals so that content, leadership content, personal development content can be delivered. However, in order for us to maximize our impact and crunch our learning curve and expedite our organizational efficiencies and growth, I believe it's imperative to decentralize our leadership development. So ultimately, we have a leadership team, and what this looks like is empowering and equipping all of the organization's leaders to develop their teams, to develop each individual on a consistent basis. And in this way, coaching takes place. In this method or manner of leadership development, the leaders, the trainers, the developers are there with their teams, and they're able to capitalize on teachable moments and help the learner experience exactly what it looks like to practice on a day-to-day basis all of the leadership and development and growth concepts that we share. And so that's basically the 3 undergirding concepts that will be woven throughout the thread of our discussion today. I so appreciate you and thank you for carving out some time to listen to these. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, please do jot those down. And I look forward to visiting with you in greater detail in just a little bit. Thank you so much, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.